Hello, how are you guys doing? So today is gonna be the talking vlog. I don't know if tomorrow is gonna be a talking vlog or not, but I don't think so. The reason is tomorrow will be 30 degrees. So I don't know if I ever going to leave the apartment tomorrow or not, and whether I will still be alive by the end of it. It might be just an 8 minutes vlog tomorrow of me just lying in my bed. There is that possibility. Anyway, I'm going to the doctor now. I'm going to pick up my MCP or MHCP for the next 3 sessions. And I don't know if my lab test is out already or not. I haven't received any text from them at all. So let's see. So I just came out from, is this better? I just came out from the doctor appointment, and apparently my liver enzyme is up and down, which kind of predictable. So I need to go to liver imaging test soonish next week. I feel like this is one of the start of aging. It's like you start going to doctor appointments and doctor appointments. My thyroid is still the same. I still have Hashimoto. I got my last 3 sessions for my mental health things, and the next one is not going to be until next April. So I'm thinking maybe I should spread it out like a lot, until April. So maybe I would do like this October one, and then the next one would be like in January, and then the third last one will be in March. I feel like if I do that, that will just spread the whole thing until I'm eligible again, if I needed one, until like next year. I know like our 40th year for daily vlog is going to end by the end of this year, so by Christmas, so it won't be a daily vlog anymore, but it will still be vlogs, don't worry. Yeah, so I'm just sitting here with my cup of green tea. I bought this from home because I thought like if I drink my green tea at home at night, I would still have problems sleeping, because I was sleeping around 1:30 last night, and I realized maybe I should push drinking my green tea in the morning or like earlier in the day, so that I don't have to kind of just buzzing from the caffeine till very late at night. So that's what I'm doing right now. My TCH is lower though, but I don't think there is anything wrong with my liver. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's in full blown, I don't know, non-alcoholic liver disease. You know, when it's very common actually in hypothyroidism. So, and I don't drink, so it can't be alcohol. But I'm just so maybe today is a good day to actually have talking vlogs, so that I can keep you guys up to date more comprehensively of what's going on. But yeah, I don't feel like it's a big deal, but then again, I feel like that's how everything started, right? Everything started as a small deal, and then it just snowballs into this big thing that you can't handle. But if that happens, it that happens. Anyway, I'm just gonna drink more sips of my tea, and I'm just gonna sit in silence for a little bit. Also today, this is my OOTD. My $10 bag from Miniso. And this is from Zara. I'm taking the metro from Sydney, but when I could just go on a train all the way to town hall. But I want to stop at Gadigal and experience its station. I feel like such a nerd. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. Just waiting for the train to go. So we have about 3 stops, which is the same as the train stops, which is 3 stops as well from the regular train. It's, I think it was Redfern, Central, and Town Hall. So it's the same 3 stops. And after that, so from Sydenham to Martin Place, for some reason on the train, like a regular train, it varies a lot. Sometimes it's the same time, like 12 minutes or something, but other times it can be longer. It used to be, from where I live, it used to be 22 minutes to Martin Place, but I checked yesterday, it was about 30 to 40 minutes. Like, what's going on? What makes all the train is becoming slower? But I'm talking about 12 years ago though, so maybe the rail network and the train stuff has become very damaged, and they need to repair it or maintain it every time. Like Sydney nowadays, when it rains, for example, it's like the train becomes delayed and cancelled and all that. So yeah, we definitely need a whole system upgrade.
Stand clear. Doors closing.
I realized I just ranted for like 1.5 minutes. Also, I'm having problems with sounds these days. I feel
This is an all-stop service to Tallawong. The next stop is Waterloo.
Everything is becoming so loud. Gadigal. Bathurst Street. Let's go to Bathurst Street. To be honest, I just really like the design on this. So this is for sitting, and this is wood. And you know how much I love wood from yesterday's vlog. We are molesting the wood. That sounds wrong. But yeah, I like how they have this aesthetic as well. I think this is concrete, but it's concrete. And these are the seats. Long gone the seats of metal. So I like the aesthetic, I suppose. It feels, well, for now anyway, before some idiots probably gonna urinate or throw rubbish here. It's so quiet. I realize what I like about it is the fact it's like a sensory deprivation chamber. So maybe my autistic nervous system, it's like, yeah, this is the perfect place for you. Everything feels in order, like there is a humming of the aircon, but I think that's about it. And the rush of the train when it comes. And I guess everything is just designed to keep you calm and collected, which is probably necessary if you're underground and there is no way to get out except for the designated exits. So as soon as we turn this corner, you can hear noises from people, but when we were at the platform, it was pretty quiet. And because we exited by Park Street last time, so I'm gonna check out the Bathurst Street. There is an exit sign there. It feels very much different than Town Hall, of course. I like Town Hall still because it's still convenient. So is it the same artwork? Because that's the same artwork if you leave from Park Street. Exit from Park Street. So is this the same, or are we leaving from Park Street as well? Because it looks like it's a similar artwork. Or is it different and I can't just tell, and it just have the same color composition? Oh, okay, it's different. We are in a different exit. Okay, so I'm just gonna spin around so you can see. Sorry. It looks nice. It has the same color composition. I feel like this one is more like a tunnel, while the ones in Park Street exit is more like a space theme. Oh, I almost did not. Warhammer. I should know where I am. Pretty good in the city. So there you go. I am experiencing the metro again. All over again. Okay. So this is a better exit for me, to be honest, because if you don't know where we are, that's George Street and that's Pitt Street. So Bathurst Street is, and that's Elizabeth Street, and that's Hyde Park over there. Yeah. So Park Street is at the opposite end. So Park Street is just the opposite end. It's just like one block down. One block up that way. So yeah, Bathurst is this way, Park Street is over there. Heading north. So Bathurst Street is the south side, and I feel like as I get older, I get why people use the word south side, east side, southeast, rather than left and right or up and front. It's more geographically convenient and useful when you're explaining stuff. Because like for me nowadays, like I'm thinking north side is North Sydney, so whatever that goes to north of the bridge, it's the north side. So Park Street is in the north, just one block north, and yeah, this one is in Bathurst Street. I really like it. I like the fact that it comes out here. So this is a smaller exit, but nonetheless, it means like you don't have to walk all the way to Park Street. you can just go down here. KFC is just over there, like 2 blocks down. If you're familiar with the city and you know where you're going and stuff. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this actually. But now I don't really know where I want to go. I kind of just have fulfilled my desire. I just want to go to the city so I can go to Gadigal station. So yeah, so let's be a nerd and go to the Park Street entrance. Also, I'm not going to name the vlog Metro because every time, the first Metro vlog I did, the views tanked so bad. And I'm like, oh, that looks cute, like the cafe. This used to be a lot of Thai area, but I think the Thai town is moved in nearer to the south side, nearer to the Chinatown area. Yeah. Also, I've been looking up like apartments in like a domain in realestate.com, and this is one of the apartments that come up, and I can dream, right? I'm starting to dream again of what I want and what do I want to have in my life. So I just go to a lot of the ads and stuff and see the inside. Of course, like it's millions and millions of dollars for like per one apartment. Also, guys, remember, if you never have an account with ING, they're still offering the free $100 if you're a new customer. And oh, this is nice. I like the sunset. Hold on, let me show you. It's nice. I like the aesthetic. It's porterhouse. Oh, so nice. I think it's, oh, okay. So, is it a cafe? All day cafe, wow. I don't want to sit outside, shall we? But I only have cash because I'm running, as usual, out of money. But anyway, I was talking about free ING. Yeah, it's still on, and I think it runs the promotions every single quarter. It was running at free $75 cash for every single new account. But this quarter, they're adding a new condition. They're adding like an extra month where you have to deposit like 10,000 more. Anyway, all the details is down below in the description box, and if you click the link, it will give you more details of the terms and conditions as well. Also, for the people that signed up earlier this year, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed your $75 free cash. Yeah, because I've been with ING like 18 years now, so that's a long time. If ING and I have a baby, it should be in university right now. But of course, like, it's just a bank, like it's not perfect, so I'm not going to say it's perfect, it's great. But you know, that's the Park Street. So we just walk from there. So just one block down is Gadigal Park Street entrance. And it used to be McDonald's. Remember every time I complain, like, there used to be a McDonald's here. Yeah. So that's the whole corporate structures up there. I'm so proud of Sydney Metro, to be honest. This is like $21 billion. This is what we bought for ourselves. We don't have much to be proud of. Let's go to Starbucks. Okay, so I found $10 in my wallet. Not really found, but friend paid me for the chicken livers that I bought for her dogger. So I told them like it was only $2.50, but they insisted on paying me $10, and I had forgotten about it, and it's in my wallet. Thank you. I think we're just going to have it in Hyde Park.
Sorry, I just need to see the password.
Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Because it's a bit full here, so we'll go down and yeah, I don't feel like being inside as well because today it's about 23 degrees, so we'll be alright. It's not 30 degrees, we're not cooking, so we should be fine. And yeah, so be outside exploring. So let's go and walk to Sikiliki maybe via the domain. Is there any exhibition today? We can check it out like at at the art gallery. But I don't think they have any today. I'm liking Gen Z's fashion right now because everything is bulky, not bulky, everything is, what is it? Not bulky, everything is, I think my brain fog is getting worse. Baggy, everything is baggy, so everything is oversized. I'm so down for it. I was wearing the correct size for my body yesterday, 3 days ago, and I'm like, this is so small. And it wasn't small, it was just, I always have been wearing like 4 or 5 size up. So of course wearing a medium size is suffocating. Is because it's, you know, too small from what I usually wear. Even this is large. Like this is maybe 2 size up. I just like baggy shirts ever since I was a kid. I don't know. But there is a but. When I do yoga, I like it to be as tight as possible to the body because you don't want to be doing a lot of the yoga movement and have like your baggy shirts or baggy pants kind of like preventing you from making a certain pose. Hyde Park, where I used to come and just take a nap during lunch. That's 12 years ago. It's been a while. This is kind of one of my favorite part about Hyde Park. This scene right here is like the canopy of the trees cover the footpath, so regardless whether it's too hot outside or too glaring, when you come here everything feels cool and breezy, if there is a wind of course, and it feels very calming and, you know, a little refuge in the middle of a busy city. I hope my voice is coming through because I'm using CapCut to edit all of this. In the past, I can just edit one clip loudness, like the volume, and then apply to all. But recently they made that feature a pro feature, so you have to pay now to use the same feature I used to use for free. So if it's not loud enough in one of the clips, bad luck. Because in a talking video it's too long for me to edit, so I don't edit it. I just shoot and I just put it together and then I upload it. I'm gonna sit down here, but there are so many bird poo. Too many bird poos. The fountains always look pretty. I feel like I've never been to New York, but I reckon this feels a little bit New Yorky. The park, I feel like I really want to have a Central Park here in the Sydney. I think they're getting one in the Western Sydney, don't they? But yeah, I feel like we need a huge amount of land. Maybe if we knock down St. Mary Cathedral and or like the buildings or the Supreme Courts. There's a lot of important buildings around here. I was planning to go all the way to Sikalaki and walk to the Domain, but my laziness kicked in and I decided not to. So we'll just see where I want to go. Is there bird poo? No bird poo. Alright, this is the view that we will be looking at for now. A little bit of peace. I had like ache and also liver today, and it's still stuck in my throat. I feel like my throat has become very weak, and I'm trying to not choke on a lot of things. I feel like I'm making light to a lot of heavy situation that most people will consider heavy, but for me it doesn't really feel heavy. The problem is, of course, when I make a big deal out of things that most people take lightly. They don't take me seriously because they think I am joking, but for me it's actually a big deal. So I feel sometimes being alive and having a lot of opposite reaction to normal people compared to normal people can be very troublesome. Yeah. Not sure where I'm going with that. But today is a perfect day. Except for all these bugs that are flying in my face right now. Oh no, why are these flying bugs in front of me? Is there any dead rodent around? I just checked the weather, and on tomorrow it's gonna be 30 degrees, and on Sunday it will be 27. But it's still winter or spring, so at night it's cold. So that's very typical. It goes really high during the day and then it goes really low during the night. It's like desert weather. You can go up to 40 degrees and then 0 degrees at night. So yeah, I think we are back to normal chaotic Sydney weather, because the past 3 years have been very different. The summer wasn't too hot, the winter wasn't too cold, so it was as if that we were suspended in time and also in weather. But now I feel like we're resuming normal weather, which is chaotic up and down. And spring is coming because my nose is running again now. I'm just been doing like that sniffing because it's spring and the pollens are going to reproduce in my nostrils. My thoughts right now is that is the eggs and the chicken liver that I ate stuck in my throat because I covered the chicken eggs with soy sauce, because my body hates soy sauce and it usually very reactive towards my my thyroid especially, so I really need to stop putting soy sauce into my eggs. Maybe when I get home, I'm gonna rinse every single boiled eggs with water and reduce the soy sauce. I know this sounds like very ridiculous, but for me it's a serious thing. Let's go to art gallery, which is down the domain, and because it's close by and I don't know, let's see what they have. I think they have like a paid exhibitions, but we're just gonna go to the free one and see what's available. Let's go to the south side of the building first. It's that new extension. I think I brought the vlog here too, but back then only like 30 people probably watched it, so now it's around 300, so thank you everyone. I really thought like this year I would just be like 30 people. I'm like, alright, let's just record for 30 people. I know, like in my silent vlogs, it's because there is no tone and there is no expressions whatsoever. It's harder to pick up my intent when I write stuff, which is probably good because you do want people to fill in their own stuff into the screen or into the sentences. There's a lot of mirroring there, a lot of projection happening, but at the same time, if you watch the talking vlogs like this, in most cases all the written things that I have write up so far, it's probably being said with this tone or with a sarcastic tone. So also I'm bloated. That's my tummy right there, and I haven't eaten anything solid today. It's like extremely bloated. Okay, across the street. So yeah, so I feel like my tone is quite unserious, not serious, even though I'm talking about serious stuff, which is what I intend to do. But if you remove the whole tone, facial expressions, and intent behind it, I realize like the written words can be quite inflammatory to some people. Isn't she gorgeous? Look at her. I'm talking about the building, by the way. St. Mary Cathedral. I like going inside, and sometimes I was raised Catholic in a Catholic school all the way to high school. Like even in Australia we went to Catholic high school. So one of the things that I really do like about being Catholic is the churches. The cathedrals are a lot more beautiful compared to the other Christian ones, so that's why they're a $1 billion empire. I might want to go to Vatican again. I went once like 12 years ago, but I felt like I didn't really get the full experience. I was still in grief mode, and I ran away because my relatives and their families were moving in as well. It wasn't fully a bad experience, but it was just too crowded, so I left to Europe to basically catch my breath. but I wasn't in the right headspace and emotional space to enjoy it. I remember like first night was in Paris. It was so beautiful, but I was just like so numb and still emotionally damaged. I was like, okay, this is Paris, so what? It also makes me feel like I think I'm one of those people who probably just need to experience things from the screen, because I remember about 5-6 months prior to my European trip, I was sitting in my cubicle before my life turned upside down, and I had as my screensaver on my laptop, or like my monitor, was a picture of Stockholm, like Stockholm city. And by the end of that year, I was in Stockholm, and I remembered, of course it's different, like the picture was taken in summer, and when I went there it was winter, in December or the start of winter, so completely different aesthetic and completely different vibe. Like everything is closing down, and all the things that are happening, social activities are happening indoors. And during the few days I was there, it was like rainstorm and all, and there was a snowstorm up north, so there was just a lot of storm going on. But I remember, like, I think I enjoyed this better when it was still on the screen, like on the monitor screen. And I realized like there's a lot of things that I like better. Like, you know how like, oh, you have to experience it for, for yourself, for real. And I feel like, no, if you feel good watching something on screen, then you don't need to go to the real place. Yeah, for me that's the way I think I'll go. But if I want to go, like today, like to Gadigal, it probably doesn't look good on the screen for you guys, but my body likes being there. My body likes being in that environment where it's specifically made, I think, for my nervous system. It's just like, it doesn't have, it's so minimal, there is no distraction, there is no, everything is in one line. My brain likes it. I understand why mental hospital, when I was a kid, when I watched TV, have all white room. I'm like, I understand now. It's supposed to calm your nervous system down. And when they have a straight jacket, I'm like, I understand now. If you hug yourself, your nervous system calms down. I know, like I feel like, oh, I'm not saying like the treatment of mental patients in the movies were justified and everything, but now I can see where it's coming from. I think the point of being forced to do something is probably not the best thing, but yeah, I feel like moments that you will cherish during travel is definitely not the ones that is scheduled, or not the one that you think will be inscribed in your brain. Not the it's like if you go to Sydney, it's not like the moments where you go to Opera House or Darling Harbour. Probably it's the moment where maybe you go to a cafe that you didn't know, and you kind of walk around and you have this moment with a local, probably, and that's probably the moment that you remember from that trip. So I'm not saying like don't go out and have an adventure and not have a trip, but just know that the imaginations, like the feelings that you get on screen about a certain place or about certain countries, are not necessarily going to be fulfilled when you go to that place or when you go to that country. But there will probably other things that will make you feel better when you are there. Because the experience while you're looking at it on the screen and while you are experiencing it is two different experiences. and I think you need to be aware of that. Like if you go to play somewhere, you like, yeah, it's probably not gonna be as I imagine it, but and you have to separate it in your brain. We are almost there. I think I'm not gonna eat out, mainly because I don't have money, but well, I don't have enough money until next week when I get paid for Society 6. Also, yes, because we are in the topic of art. Society6.com/Valerine. I think they have 40% labor sale. I'm not sure if it's still on or not. Apparently in America they have Labor Day sale. I think it's 40% off or something. So we're not gonna go to Archibald Price because it's charged, it's fee, it's ticketed. I was thinking we should go to the south side first, but I know I'm so flaky, aren't I? But maybe we should go here first because we're already here and I'm too lazy to walk all the way there. Oh, look, they're so cute. They're getting butts, chicken butts, children butts. That sounds wrong. This teddy bear is a bit creepy. He's being hung. Ah, it's a spy bear. So that's the monitor and that's the spy. That's a camera on the right of the eye. Scary. I don't have my glasses with me today, so I'm gonna use you guys to see what's going on. So stories of art and place, purchase tickets, guided tour, exhibition, grand courts, ground level. So the Archibald is ticketed. Alfonso Muka Gallery Cross. Not today, but I have. When we were still doing the vouchers thing for New South Wales, I did like 2 exhibitions. I paid for a couple exhibitions. I do pay if I really want to see something, so it's not like I don't, because we support artists. Actually, one of the reasons why I became an artist, I never really seen myself as an artist. Even today, after been doing making abstract art on society6.com/Valerine, always plugging, always. If you need any home decor on art prints or wall arts or iPhone cases, go there, check it out. Description in my box, in the comment box below. The reason is because when I was in Europe, I went on a Kentucky tour, and the only other Asian girl, was a South Korean girl, and they bunked me with her. And apparently, I'm not sure whether this is accurate or not, her dad is the finance minister of Korea, I think, or something, one of the ministers of Korea. They actually met up in Helsinki so that he can drop her some money, because she was running out of money, and also so he can drop her kimchi, because her friends in Switzerland, because we were just traveling together for like a month and stuff. We met in Kentucky and then we traveled 3 more weeks together, and after that we split. I go home and I went home, and then she went to continue her travel, and her friend in Switzerland wants kimchi, so she told her dad to bring her kimchi all the way to Finland. Kimchi, like big bag, like 1 kilogram of kimchi, and she was like complaining the whole way, like, how am I gonna carry it? Like, not in that way, but like you can see she's grumpy, but of course, like in front of her friends, she's like, but yeah, but anyway, it was just like such a funny scenario. It's like this minister of Korea, big shot, had, like his daughter is basically telling him to give me money and also bring kimchi. Well, he's probably there for like a very important meetings between countries, and he's just another dad being used by their daughter, as they should. And yeah, she was just a very stereotypical Korean, like, yeah, I'll bring you kimchi. And then because like it's so troublesome, because the problem is in Scandinavia, like in the hostels that we stayed in, they have allocated like certain like locker space for like the fridge, so it was all segmented and you actually have to pay to use it. And can you go down here? And then we realized like if you put your food and drinks outside the window, it's colder than the fridge. So she was like complaining of how she's putting the kimchi in the fridge, but because it's not as cold as if you put it outside the window, that the kimchi is stinking the whole fridge. Anyway, the story is more dramatic than when we were living it out. Yeah, it wasn't as dramatic as I'm telling you, because it was just funny for me now, 12 years looking back, like the scenario. Telling stories with colors and lines, underpins. Abstraction relates to people and place, variously evoking architecture, the land, the body, and spiritual imagery. They remind us that paintings without easily recognizable subjects nevertheless have stories to tell. Among the various strands of 20th century abstractions in Australia, arguably the most important relates to the establishment of Papunya Tula Artists Collective in Central Australia in 1972. Are you guys asleep yet? I can read stuff with my monotone voice forever and ever. When I first started out streaming, I remember, because I didn't have any content to make or to do, I would just read a chapter of a book for a 1 hour of streaming, because I needed to speak for an hour, but sometimes you just don't have enough content, like you just don't have enough topic to talk about, so I just read out loud. I know like there's a lot of things that being done like that nowadays, so but this was 8 years ago though. Although if certain things are making a comeback, I noticed my work from 2 years ago are being picked up now. Like there are the ones that are selling from 2022. So yeah, so I feel like, and also I noticed like there is one person that bought something from an artwork that I created from 2014, which is 10 years ago when I first started. So my recent work is basically concentrating on gradients like this, but recently I'm making them in Illustrator, Adobe, because it's faster. Before it takes forever, but now it's pretty much been streamlined. Because remember, I don't have an art degree, I don't have an art training, but I do have a master in business. You need to streamline everything. So is there a free thing under there? I don't think so. Is there? No, there is nothing. So we go back up. I think that I once paid, so the Archibald is that way. Yeah, so I think that's ticketed. You can go and check it out. Ooh, I like the pink abstract, the pink wall. Remember to do your jaw exercise, ladies. You jolt it up, and then you move your lower jaw forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do it 10 times. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think I spoke about it for too much, and because my FYP on my TikTok basically pointed me to a video that was helping me to exercise my jaw. It's called Dr. Berg. Dr. Berg is on TikTok, so BERG, and he was telling like the 4 ways of reducing your chin fat. And I was like, hey, that's the exercise that I was doing that I came up by myself. And I'm like, I'm doing something right. And yeah, so I'm just doing that. But I can't do the one thing that he told want us to do, which was to kind of like lay down and have our back. Like, you know, the one that I was doing in a different vlog, which was having our neck hanging out, like while our body is laying on the bed, because I get nausea every time I do that. So I try to do it as fast as possible, but it's hard because the nausea kicked in and I would be like, oh, I need to go now. This is, I think, they renovated this area, or like refurbished it. I remember. I forgot my glasses. I wish I didn't, because I would like to be able to see clearly. I love the color composition. Remember, I am not an artist. I'm just someone who plays with brushes and colors and sell the prints online. Because my goal with my creation is to... Oh, this is nice. What is this? Let's see. The Soul in Fabulous Alchemy. Samuel Palmer Visual Landscape. Painters of British ancestry. Are these mini? Oh my god, it echoes. Are you allowed to put anything here? I feel like so. Cloud showing. That is so pretty. Everything else is in black and white. Oh, look at that. Going to evening church, watercolor and body color with gum and scraping over pencil underdrawing. Look how beautiful the sunset was in 1874. How long ago was that? 250 years? I'm just doing my calculation in my head. Is it? No. Pretty. For me, when it comes to watercolor, it feels very spiritual, to be honest. It feels a little bit of a spiritual practice because of the water and the paint and the way it moves by itself, and the process during the creation is very different than the result. So I like the creation process. The result is what I sell. but for myself, is the creation process that was really helpful, because I like the way that it looks like spirit. This is so cool. Look at that. Is that pots? I think that's pots. More pots. Oh yeah, I forgot what I was saying. One of the reasons is why I was telling my South Korean and the European tour is that she was, her focus in, her major was art in university, and she had interned to be a curator in one of the art galleries in Seoul, I think. She's from Busan, which is south from Seoul, 2 hours by the bullet train. And anyway, I still remember all these details. What I don't remember is her name. I don't remember her name. So because of that, we ended up going to a lot of art galleries in Europe, because I wasn't there to kind of, as in, to have fun. I was there to escape my grief and my overcrowded apartment. So I just ended up going from one art exhibition to another art exhibition in Europe because of her, because she likes seeing arts and stuff, and and because I'm not an artist and I don't have any attachment to being good enough or being bad enough as an artist, because it's not my identity. I just did that 2 years after that period. Well, let's go to the south building. And yeah, I thought when I was like 2 years later, I was like, depressed and not being able to leave the apartment and all of that thing. I was like, oh, let's just do art and then sell it online and see what will come out of it. So that's the south extensions of the museum, so we're going to go there. And that's the that's the domain, and the rock and Sikla Key over there, and the botanical garden is over there. Today we play tourist. This is, I am taking you to, if you come to Sydney CBD, these are probably the places where you visit. Hyde Park, you probably come out from Gadigal, my pride and joy. What? I'm far too attached to the metro, to be honest. Sorry. Yeah, so I think that journey, even though I was using it as an escape, maybe shaped who I am today. And she, even though we didn't really get along well, because I remember we were in, where were we? We were in Sweden. No, we were in Oslo, Finland. No, Oslo, Finland. Norway. We were in Norway, and then we had to be in a co-ed hostel. So, there is this Brazilian guy that was just looking at us, and they go, "You guys are travel buddy, right?" Because we didn't look like we were friends, but we weren't looking like we were strangers as well. So he was like, I wasn't sure. So he was So yeah, so I think like, you know, the fact that she used to be a curator, so I don't have any attachment to being a good artist, being a bad artist. If someone say you're just an artist and using an abstract because you don't have any talent or skills as an artist, and I would say to them, correct, that will be correct. But one thing, oh my god, it echoes. I'm just gonna be quiet then. Is it Ganesh? Oh, isn't it pretty, this new building? It's so pretty. Me like it. I like anything that is like stainless steel, white, spacious, like sterile basically. I think the exhibition is downstairs. So yeah, but I do actually, if I am being serious, what I do am serious about is the imbuement, I don't know the word, imbuement, the infusion of spirit during painting, I feel is why I do it, is because I feel like art is crystallized emotion in physical form. Well, for me anyway. So I would like for blessings to come for people who purchase the arts, because it's mind-boggling to me when I see, like, even though I'm still very poor and I still have no idea what I'm doing and blah blah blah, I have to give myself a pat in the back, for example, because there have been like almost like, not considering my design work, just the painting and stuff, the actual art and the graphic, like almost 1,000 out there in the world existing. But if I include other works, there are like maybe 5,000 out there floating. Of course, like maybe like some of them, after the people get bored, they'll probably end up in the trash and stuff. But still, oh, this is so cool and lazy, but cool. Look. There is a cafe over there. There's probably more downstairs for exhibition. I think the main exhibition is on the left here from the escalator. But yeah, if I think about the numbers for the past 10 years, I would never have thought that I myself have not left the city of Sydney, but there are thousands and thousands of my creation with my designs out there floating around in physical form. So that's not counting in digital form, on Pinterest and stuff. That's mind-blowing in my head. It doesn't feel real. Maybe like if I see it in real life, like someone, like I'm like, oh my god, that's my design, I probably would have a very different experience. But for now, it still hasn't really sunk in yet. So if you go to society6.com/ballerine and you go to, there is products and there is a design, you click on design and then you go all the way down to the pages and you click on the last pages and then you go backwards like that, you'll see what, oh my god, that is so creepy and cute. What is this? Oh, I think it's Wayang. Is it Wayang? Atelier. So yeah, it looks like Wayang is like a, but no, but that's, huh? Hold on. Wayang is Indonesian. doll play. The Emily Hunt is not an Indonesian name. Why do I feel offended? Okay, so Berlin-based Australian. It's based on miniature art. Homage grotesque frescoes were discovered within the Roman Emperor Nero's place. Art is a form of magic. That is basically what I wanted to say when I said, like, my experience with watercolor is like that. It's spiritual, it's magical, and I agree with her. I totally agree with her. So this is a marionette. So that's what it is, marionette. But it bears a huge resemblance towards the Indonesian wayang. Maybe I'm projecting, but this is so beautiful and scary and creepy and so beautiful. Look at these. If you're in Sydney and this is still on, you should come. This is pretty. Look at that. There is Centrelink. Centrelink. If you don't know what Centrelink is, if you're not from Australia, Centrelink is basically our welfare organization that distributes welfare payment, like for unemployment, for pensioners. So that's what Centrelink is. Psychedelic Centrelink reimagines the paranoid architecture of the job center as a citadel overrun by benevolent spirit guides. I like her work now. I was just talking shit before, and now I'm liking her work. I apologize if I did that and some of you got offended. Here, job hunting is reconceived as a materialistic pursuit that can facilitate a spiritual awakening. Hunt also gestured at the social stigma associated with being jobless in Australia, where unemployed are sometimes demonized as dull bludgers. It's because they basically get paid and there is a perception that they don't do anything for the payment. Hunt's envisage Centrelink takeover was inspired by the writings anarchist American author and poet Peter Lambert Wilson, who advocated for temporary occupation of private spaces called temporary autonomous zone. The dollhouse format of the ceramic sculpture is reference of Philip K. Dick, 1964 science fiction The Three Stigmata of Palmer Eldritch, in which miniature playsites known as Perky Pat layouts were used by colonists to escape the dismal reality on Mars. The title of Dick's trilogy Valis is also emblazoned on one of the spirit guide cloaks. So, where is the spirit guide? Oh, okay, the spirit guide is in the middle. Here, over there, and over here. This is so cool. I get her vision. It's so cool. If you can see from here. The shadow is pretty cool. So this is one. And if you see from this angle, 2, 3. That's so cool. Whatever I said beforehand, I take it back. I apologize. Because this is freaking cool. Creepy? Yes. Cool? Yes. I am happy that we walked here. We came down. So this is her playing the marionette. I'm seeing it with different pair of eyes now. I'm kind of like half expecting for being told off not to record, but so far no one has told me that. So we are recording. Yeah, that was a creepy but also good environment. What does the jukebox stream of? High sensory environment. Oh, I don't know, I should go in. Oh, okay, so warning guys, warning. High sensory environment. I don't know if I can see with sounds and flashing light. Warning. Sorry. Let's see, because I might get sick if I'm here. Plays Anthems of Revolution. Pick a song. Okay, I don't think I can enter. Hold on. Oh, look at these. It's just one box over there, and it's just empty, and it's just lyrics all over. Just one jukebox. This white room is very reminiscent of what I like, huh? Thoughts are free, who can guess them? That they flee like a nocturnal shadow. No man can know them, no hunter can shoot them. So it will always be, thoughts are free. I think what I want and what delights me. Still always reticence, and as it's suitable. My wish and desire, no one can deny me. And so it will always be, thoughts are free. And if I'm thrown into the darkest dungeon, all this would be futile work, because my thoughts tear all gates and walls apart. Thoughts are free. So I will renounce my sorrow forever, and never again will torture myself with some fancy ideas. In one heart, one can always laugh and joke and think at the same time. Thoughts are free. I love wine and my girl even more. Only I like her best of all. I'm not alone with my glass of wine. My girl is with me. Thoughts are free. Next song. I think as I please, and this gives me pleasure. My conscience decrees, this right I must treasure. My thoughts will not cater to duke or dictator. No man can deny. Die Gedanken sind frei. Dear God, Gedanken sind frei. Thoughts are free. Susan Haila. That gets copyrighted, and I am dancing with a silence, in silence. That's why, because it got copyrighted. And I had to erase the song so I can monetize this vlog. That's why. But I'm dancing towards, well, I wasn't dancing, I was just moving my body, I suppose, naturally. But yeah, I think that's all for the exhibition. It was a full-on sensory experience. My body is actually quite dizzy. My head is quite dizzy right now, and I can't deal with it. Oh, let's go to the toilet. Banner pasta. Banner poster. I feel like lately my pronunciation is not on point because I don't enunciate my words anymore, and it is ticketed, and this is the merch store. Sorry if you don't have money to go in there. You come out here and see what they were offering inside. So because this is replicas of them. So this is basically what I also do, which is art licensing. That's basically what it does. So with my Society 6, it's also art licensing. So because I just upload my work, which is copyrighted, all rights reserved. All of my words, all rights reserved. If you want to use them, you have to come to me and pay me. I found like this, having your art stolen is not new, because I guess because I don't really see myself as an artist, and I know going into this is like it will be stolen. So I'm not maybe as heartbroken or as offended as other artists. That is part of their identity. But yeah, I have confronted a couple.
They can't come up yet.
And saying, "Hi, why is my artwork in your website?" And they get really flustered and they get defensive. And I'm like, "Mate, I'm the one the art that you stole from. I don't think you're the one that should be angry." But yeah, these things happen quite a fair bit. It's so calming. I think that's why we go to art exhibitions. It's calming. But at the same time, it's also a reminder that people do put money and effort for things that are not useful. Oh, those look like marshmallows. You know the marshmallow theme of rave DJ? Oh, this feels so eerie. I like the stain here, because there is that white, that pink stain. Is it the boy who sticks oil on canvas? This is oil on canvas. How cool is that? He's sticking his tongue out. I really like that blush, that stain just on the corner there. Look at that. That is so pretty. Oh my god. Let's go to the other side. Oh, so this was a good idea. Who wanted to cancel not going to the arts and gallery? Who was flaky? Me. I was flaky. This turned out to be a great idea. Look at that. Oh, so pretty. Look at that. It's prettier in real life than on camera, because the lightings makes this side quite dark, but if you use your naked eye, it's actually quite lit up. These light drops in times is often smelled before it is seen. Transient membrane describe one writer as industrial strength pantyhose, which what it looks like. The artist has contained vast quantities of spices selected for their distinctive colors and aromas, variously suspended in the air or resting gently on the floor. Each drop contains either pepper, turmeric, cumin, paprika, cloves, or fenugreek. The artist has given careful consideration to sculptural principles of volume, tension and gravity in composing the artwork, amorphous and delicately balanced shape, influenced by a generation of Brazilian artists who pioneered interactive and sensory forms of art throughout the 1970s. Nito invites us to move around his sculpture, to notice its colors, forms, and textures, and to inhale its heady sense. Ernesto Nito, Brazil, 1964. 20 years older than me. He's 60 now. Look at that. It's all being strung out. It's so cool. It smells. You can smell the all the spices. It's so pretty. I like the color theme. It's so beautiful. So each one is different. It does feels like very fluid, and it smells like a spice. Like if you go to an Indian shop, this is what it smells like. It's so beautiful. So that's Woolloomooloo. If you go back here, that's Woolloomooloo. And that used to be a junkyard, and now I think it's a hotel now or something. One apartment or one slice of that property probably cost you $10 million. The smell is so cool. Like a spice alley. It feels calming. I feel just inhaling it calms down my inflammation. I'm taking like turmeric powder, and it's for inflammation, and it works really good. If you have inflammation of any kind, just take turmeric. Or just buy in the supermarket and grate it, I guess, and make it as a tea. But yeah. And I become so lazy. I don't even make a tea out of it. I just put the powder in my mouth and then take a sip of water and then gargle. And let it mix in my mouth. Don't judge me. Oh my god, this is like a tiny thing. I'm not touching it. So that's my finger. That's just very tiny. It's like this much. How cool is that? So cute. Okay, tug guy. I think that's it. That was a fruitful visit. I always think like every time I go into an art gallery, I'm just gonna pop in for like 5 minutes, and then I ended up leaving like 2 hours later. I'm like, what? It's been 2 hours. I'm like, what? Because now it's almost 2 o'clock. Sorry, almost 4 o'clock now. And I think we came here around, I don't know, 2:30ish maybe? No. Well, in Hyde Park, it was still like something to 3, so around 1 hour-ish more. So around 1 hour. It's not too long, but it was longer than I expected. I was expecting I was only gonna be hovering around the art exhibit gallery for like half an hour, 15 minutes top, but now it's been more than an hour. So yeah. Just a peaceful aesthetic rendition. So I'm outside and they have these chairs. Not sure if they're comfortable or not though. I'm gonna try sit. It's really hard. Also, there is this sculpture looking over, like towering over me. It's a bit scary. Let me show you my point of view. So this is what I'm looking at. That's right in front of me. So I'm like, okay. Anyway, I think this is a good time to end the vlog. Otherwise, I can just ramble on until forever. I can't. That was a lie. I tried to make a vlog using voiceover maybe a couple of days ago, and I ended up deleting it because I was already out of breath by the time it was only 7 minutes in. So no, I can't talk forever. This is fan service. This is what that is. But I'm not forcing it. I do enjoy it, but definitely won't be able to do it every day. But I think maybe starting next week, maybe I will just mix and match and see how I go. Like I will try like make some vlogs silent and some vlog aren't, and not just like silent vlogs and then one talking video. So maybe I will go back to mix and matching because the weather is getting warmer and I think my body is thawing from the winter and it's a lot less silent now, so maybe I'll do that. So yeah, we are breaking pattern and just gonna mix and match vlogs maybe, so you can look forward to that if you like talking vlogs and more vocal and stuff. But also if you have like, I'm not saying I'm going to do it, but if you have suggestions of what I want to, you want me to talk about, nothing personal, too personal, then yeah, just drop it in the comment and it will give me some ideas about topic to talk about, so I will kind of drip that maybe in the vlog, so it's not only about my life, and although that's the whole point of the channel, but it's also probably good to hear like what you guys want to hear and what you guys want to talk about. If I want to do it, I'll do it. If I don't, I don't. So yeah, so that's that, and I'll see you guys tomorrow because there's still one more video. It's not Friday yet. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye everyone, have a good one.